there's going to be a few changes next year with how we play cymbals. First off is how we wear the cymbals. And what I think you guys are used to is what Ohio State does, which is that kind of grip. But what we're going to do is you put your hand all the way through, flip your hands around, and then it'll kind of look like that. And so that's how you hold the cymbals. And then before we go into anything else, the thing that you really have to work on is making everything look as sharp as possible. So if you're going from set 1 to set 2, don't be all like, set 2. Make it look as fast and as sharp as possible. Because cymbals is a huge visual thing. It's more visual, honestly, than it is playing. So when going from set to set, or playing note or something or whatever, just make sure to make it as fast as possible. And so positions, we're going to get to that now. So first position is your arms are to your sides, cymbals next to you. And so you don't want to have it laying down like that, because that looks sloppy. So you want to have it a little high up, not like that. That's I used to do that. It looks really funny. You want it to be not too down, but just a little up. It makes you look a little more confident. Second position is what you're going to mostly be at when you're going to play, which is side view. Okay, so it's about a 45-degree angle, and it's up against your chest. You don't want it to go too high up. You want it to be just about there. And when you're at second position, hold up, Mom, I'm making a video! When you're at second position, notice how the hi-hat isn't like that. It's a little slanted. The reason is that you get a poppy sound when it's like that rather than that. You want it to be more of a kind of a crunchy sound. So that's why you don't have it completely on it like that, because it makes a poppy sound. You don't want pops when playing hi-hat. And so that's the next thing we'll go over is hi-hat. You just lift it up, and you want to put pressure on your fingers when you close it for a nice clean sound. And so there's a cadence that I posted up on Facebook that we're going to be going over. So that's what the hi-hat is. A gong is you're gonna want this cymbal to be about a 90-degree angle with this cymbal, and you don't want to do this too hard because you could break the cymbal. That wouldn't be too good. So, and you just wanna hit right in the arc, and then once when you hit it, you want to slowly let this hand go up and just kind of over-exaggerate it. That makes a gong sound. And then when you hit it, this hand is coming off to make the gong more loud. So, like that. And if I didn't do that, it's not as loud. So that's why you want to keep your fingers off when you're doing it with the gong. And then the next thing, at the very end, you have a choke, the very last note. And what that is just what you're doing is you're hitting about right there on the cymbal, like right at the edge. You don't want to go too far in because that will break the cymbal. Oh, whoops. You're hitting right about there, not there, there. Except you're hitting on this cymbal, your right hand. And so, slow motion. Let me back up. Hit it and choke it off with your arms. And we'll go over all these things more once we get together. I'm just giving you a broad idea of what everything is that's in the cadence so far, at least, that we're going to be going over. Then at the end, you got, so at the end of the cadence, you got something called the tap. And that's going to be third position, which is up to your face. You're going to want the bells to be up at your nose. You're going to want about 90-degree angle. And then it's just you're just doing a tap with the right cymbal. And so what you're going to do is just do tappy, tappy, tap, tap. And then what I plan to do for the end of that is you're going to diddle it. So instead of just doing gonna do. So you're gonna tap it twice. Oops. Like that. And then you're not going at the end. It says eighth note, so you're not gonna be like. That's just too hard. I can't even really do it. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have splits. So one person's gonna play the downbeat, which is 1 and 2, while the other person's gonna play the and beat. So it's for the first person the 1 and 2. Second person is so one person's playing on the offbeats while the other person's playing on the downbeats. Then the person that is playing on the downbeat, they're gonna go from. They're gonna do those 2 taps to the choke, and that's how that'll even out and be more clean. And so the other person that's playing the offbeat, they won't have time to go to the choke. So what will end up happening is they'll just go to this position as soon as they're done with the tap to match up with the other cymbal player. Then you go back to set 1. And that's just about everything that's in the cadence I added. And so just go over the positions that I talked about and just try and figure out what everything is. We're going to learn cool visuals too. I want to teach you guys some pretty cool things that I learned over last winter. And yeah, that's about it.